Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in the lab, in the wee hours of the morning, just like I like it. I'm about to go down the rabbit hole that y'all might want to join me because this is going to be interesting. We're about to talk about telepathy. Let's go. Y'all ready? Let's rock. Rightism. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's a message in my story for life. I give you life lessons. You tune into receiving them. I appreciate you. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I ask the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's my deal. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have to answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. Yeah, that's what I do. A person who knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not, it's simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my eye be true. I was just scrolling around, looking for information, and I come across telepathy. I forgot about this, so let me take it on a rabbit hole that I'm a little bit familiar with, but we about to get into some mental stuff. It's all about thinking, all right? So right thinkers, let's talk about mental telepathy. It's thinking, it's two people thinking as one, aka the forgotten communication skill. And what got me into this title, get me whole started with this, was mental telepathy, the lost language. I was listening to a guy talking about the Tower of Babel, about how the people lost their communication skills. It wasn't a language, and it freaked me out because it made so much sense. Remember, I listen with discernment. I listen to hear if it's going to make sense. I listen to hear if I can connect it with something else, see if it can take me somewhere, see if it can lead me, connect the dots, so to speak, and then connect to the dots. So I got to take you down the rabbit hole with me. Let's go, right there. Now, yes, telepathy is a real thing, and our ancients had it to perfection. God is the master telepathy person. Why? We all can communicate with him. Every individual can tune into God. That's telepathy. Calm down, get excited. So I'm going somewhere. Let me pass it. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere with this. I'm gonna try to get you there, and hopefully you'll understand my concept. All right, but telepathy is a real thing. Our ancients had it mastered, and at the Tower of Babel, that's what was going on. Everybody's communicating, and the powers that be didn't take that too kindly. They wasn't trying. Everybody who communicates telepathy is trying to what? Get to God. They try to make it literal. Okay, they got that part wrong. But the whole thing was they can communicate with God eternally. They didn't tell you that part. So that's what I got from that. And I got to put that to my people, see what they think about this. Good lesson. So let me get this started. All right. Yeah, telepathy is a real thing. And our ancient ancestors used it for thousands of years. Why you think they were so spiritual? You got to be telepathic. Why? It's all up in the head. Quick lessons, quick story. Okay, another experience. Back in the day, we had the dial-up phones, so every now and then I think about calling my mom. My little thing was talk to my mom. So I get the phone and pick it up, and at the same time I'm picking it up to dial, she's already on the phone. You ever had that situation? And I've had it more than once, and I had it with more than one person. So I've had experience with telepathic conversation where we thinking about each other and we make that connection. We do it all the time. When you your first love, y'all so embrace it, y'all thinking like that's telepathy. Y'all communicating on another level. It ain't physical. The whole part about being spiritual, I love it because it's tied into my spiritual concept. You can generate thoughts with other people about God, and we're on the same level. I'm on prayer line, or I'm a prayer warrior. Every Wednesday, we got 30 people coming together and one to pray as one. That's telepathy. But we forgetting it. We losing it. We ain't focusing on that. Every time you go to church meeting, telepathy is a movement. What? Everybody thinking about God. See where I'm going with this? When I heard this, I first got the concept. I'm geeked up. I'm just going off. But see if I can calm it down, slow it down, make it make sense. All right. Can't get through every aspect, but I'm trying to take you through the ones that I can relate to. Hope you can too. All right, let's go. Our minds, every mind are all wired by the same conscious, God. Telephone company. Everybody knew they're punching. Everybody can zoom and he can zap his ass. God been doing that since the beginning. Those who know how to get to me, calm down. It's so many things, so many signs. We got to know how to read the signs, understand the symbols. We don't really get that understanding because a lot of people just keep playing games with society, the masses, and they just keep playing out for suckers. Okay, our minds are all wired to the same one tune. Okay, that seventh level, the crowning chakra, the pineal gland, that's all God telepathically getting to his, ooh-wee. Calm down. God is mental. He's spirit, he's physical, but his main thing is mental. Why? He's all conscious. He knows all. Why you think that is? Because we all got to come through him. And once you become conscious of him, you know everything you need to know. I'm doing the God concept. And we're doing everything except really understanding how to communicate with God telepathically. Submariner, ocean man, communicates with the fish telepathically. God communicated Adam and Eve, what? Telepathically. When they went off the rail, so to speak, and did their own thing, they didn't communicate that to him. God don't like that. I'm just saying, these are all analogies that you can see through the real. Get the, not the top layer, get the esoteric, get the real meaning, get the understanding, and you can say, yeah, that's insight, that's knowledge. People who got it just playing the mass media, the masses for sucker, they just having fun. They're just playing with you. And that's, to me, is pissing me off. We as a people need to become conscious so we can recognize game. Okay, we been played for a long time. And the only ones who ain't been played are those who get wise and recognize it. And if we wait the people, they're going to take you out. That's why. It's been doing since the beginning of time. Ain't nothing changed. I ain't trying to be. No. Ixnay on that. Why? I know who I'm dealing with. I'm a wise man, trust me. I'm a street dude. So I know how to keep my head down. Bob and weave, so to speak. Speak and move. Make my point and get on out. Do what I got to do. Get on out. Why? I don't want to be the leader. I'm not leading nothing. No, I ain't the one for that. We all are what? We all pray, right? We all thanking God. Incessant prayer with a group of people. Every week I'm on the prayer line, every Wednesday. And it's amazing. You don't need to pay attention to it. As I said, it's a lost communication skill. It's a lost language. Love, that feeling they just know. When you can communicate with somebody mentally, telepathically, it don't get no better than that. That's the highest level, and that's where we put God. Only God, we communicate with God telepathically. I'm so locked in with God now. I forgot about that. And yeah, it's all telepathic. Telepathy. That's the way to communicate with God. We can do it with ourselves too. We just forgot. And the rule is, in this body, the physical body, the gifts that God gave you, if you don't use it, you will lose it. Moving on, it's a fact. Now, to be able to communicate without words. What's that? Telepathy? I feel somebody. I can feel it. Telepathy. But if you sending it out, they say you trap what you are. It should come back to you. If the person received it, oh yeah, it's coming. See where I'm going with this? Oh, it makes so much sense. But I didn't tell. Oh, I'm going. This is rabbit hole. Y'all better get ready. Wow, we about to go down this rabbit hole of telepathy. Yeah, I'm about to get home. I'm about to do my homework. I'm about to get busy. So when I come back, I'm gonna have a whole bunch of stuff for you when it comes to this telepathy thing. Why? It makes so much sense now. A lot more. It just like when that light a thought goes on because you got it, you get excited. Get some paper. What? Get rid of it. Put it down so you can express it. You can share it. That's what I do. I keep me a pen and paper. Why? When that thought comes, I start scribbling. When this thought came down, I had no paper. I'm like, I gotta get some paper. So I'm excited. All right, here we go. Back to the lesson. My bad. I ain't even got started. We 10 minutes in. All right. To think about. Okay, think about this. Back in the day, your thoughts about someone, and all of a sudden they show up or they call. You attracting it again. That's attraction, thought attraction, telepathy attraction. And when you are communicate with somebody on a level where y'all so in tune, you can read their thoughts. It's not reading somebody's mind, and sometimes you could, but it ain't about reading mind. It's about understanding how y'all can think and communicate through thoughts. Telekinesis, that's moving stuff with the thought. But telepathic ways, like I said, Submariner, using the way Xavier, he was the master telepathic ways. Okay? Everything up here. Cerebral. Okay. But remember, being able to read your mate's mind or finish off their sentence when they talk and stuff like that. Remember them days? We done got so busy now, we don't focus on stuff like that. And again, we lose that communication skill. And when it happens, you freak out. Man, I just had that feeling about somebody. Yeah, that's normal. It used to be. Now they freak out. But if we all believe in the same thing, and that's God, one nation under God, telepathically. If we all thinking and believing in God, that thing has power, aka God. That frequency of having a higher power. Somebody else is in control. Somebody else is watching over. That Pa, they call him the Father. Somebody protect us. All that good stuff. But the white man took that concept and really did a number on us with the Bible and enslaved us with what? Spiritual ignorance. That he gave us information that don't serve us. You wonder why that... I ain't going there. Stick to the telepathy. That's where we at right now. Okay. Let's communicate mentally. We can block him right out. Okay. Why? He don't know what we're thinking. Moving on. Back in the day, the hood, it was just like that. He couldn't come in and do nothing. He needed our help. Why? He didn't know what we were doing. He came into Egypt. He came to Africa. Oh, they got mystery system. No, we just didn't tell you what we was doing. Okay. Understand that. When somebody come into your house, you don't ingratiate them and tell them everything that's going on in your damn house. Okay, you keep a distance. Okay, some people don't want to bring in your house. Moving on. Why? They invite them for dinner. Our Native Americans invite that cracker for dinner, and we became the meal. So be careful who you invite in your mix. That's them groups where they said they don't like outside of why. They're not gonna let you do nothing. You're not gonna come here and do nothing except what we say. So it's best to leave them alone. If we had all our hoods like that, all our hoods would be safe, monitored by us. The whole Christian blood start out with just that concept in mind. Protect your own kind. We didn't say kill up each other, sell drugs to each other, rape and murder, pillage each other. Moving on. Act like the damn oppressor. That's their madness. Remember being there? Okay, I just did that one. Oh, we did that one too. Okay, how you go? This is my favorite. I remember thinking of my grandmother. Let me give her a call. I pick up the phone. She's on the phone already. Did it with my mom and my grandma. See, I had two experiences, so I understand the concept. Why? I experienced it, didn't know what it was at the time. Again, like I said, man, that was a long time ago. Ain't even used that, mentality, that thought process. You lose it. It gets old. It's like the body. The body emotions stay in motion. If you stop moving, the motion stop. See? conceptually. And if anything that God give you, that gift that he gives you, if you don't cultivate it, if you don't use it, you will lose it. Simple as that. And again, you know, when you're in love, you know, you can think each other's thoughts. Remember them days? You know, that's all you thought about with your girl or your guy. Did nothing else in life matter. All I cared about was being with my girl, being with my loved one. That's love. That happens once. You only get that one time. And let me say this right quick. My first love will always be my first love. It ain't gonna ever be no other way. So all that, no, don't mean nothing. That's all it means, that you my first love. That don't carry much weight. Just, it is what it is. Moving on, I just want to get that out of the way. I don't know why, but yeah. You can't change what is. Simple, that's what I'm saying. Now, self-knowledge. That means you got knowledge. That means you have something up here working. It's hidden knowledge. Telepathic vibration and frequency. We forgot about it. They just took that all away. I'm saying now, they're starting to figure out now the vibration and the sonic frequency can make stones or make anything weightless. They getting around to it. There's a group called the Levites. Okay, that was their thing. Levitation. Moving on. But we got away from what? Thinking about what? One another. Each other. That's what telepathy is, communicating with each other without physical body or without words. Sound like spirituality. Hello? And calm down. The true knowledge is self-knowledge, a.k.a. So why? Because that's God. When you get spiritual knowledge, you're getting God knowledge. You have knowledge of God. All you got to do is practice it. And now you got what? God, wisdom, gnosis. You know for yourself who blesses you. You know for yourself who looks out for you. That's God. That's telepathy. Again, right there. Communicate with a higher source that you don't see, touch, or taste. See where I'm going with this? Oh, it makes so much sense. I'm going to have fun with this. Now, self-knowledge was what? Was stolen. Not borrowed, not stolen, taken, repackaged, and given back to the world like it's there. Oh, I'm talking about the Greeks. Yeah, the white man. Simple as that. He took what we gave him, showed him, and that 1,000 years he came back and said, look, we want all this. It ain't been right since. Moving on. Our ancestors had true knowledge, and all invaders who came in, they stole bits and pieces of it. That's why you see religion all over the world got something to do with Egypt. Why? We the creators of it. That's why. And everything comes from there. Everybody got a bit of piece. I ain't beat for that. But yeah, and how about this? If you're a thief, do you steal the man's garbage? Do you go outside the man's house and look and rummage through the house and steal that? Or you go into his house and look for his valuable jewels? They took the Jews. They took our valuable, our knowledge. You only steal what? Things of value. In Egypt, they still got our rocks of value. And they robbed for thousands of years of what? Our truth. They present it to the world as if it's theirs. And when now it started to come out that, wait a minute, I got master's degree in Greek mythology. And now one of them told me nothing about Egypt. That's my problem with them. It's personal with me with them. Yeah, I appreciate the education. I appreciate the knowledge. But you hose me. You hose me. You know that. So you can't. When the man realized he caught, doing wrong to another person, he got nothing to stand on. He got no leg to stand on. Okay, he under the mercy of you now. Okay, you got to show him mercy. I don't. So no mercy. So if I catch you wrong, don't look for mercy. Okay, my thing is don't do wrong. Simple as that. If you want God's wrath, do wrong. If you don't want that wrath, don't do wrong. Simple. Moving on. That odds, I tell everybody, God gave you 50-50 odds. You can do me, you can do you. Simple as that. Moving on. A lot of people choose what? Themselves. We all do. He fully aware of that. Moving on. Again, telepathy, This is going to be fun. All right, where we at? I done lost my place. All right. Now, if God needs to be experienced, you can think him, you can believe him, but he needs to be experienced by who? You, the individual. Me telling you about my experience, God, don't help you one bit. The pastor tell you about God just keeps you in the mood to what? Work and earn and try to do a thing. He tell you, okay, I get that. But if he ain't earning blessings from God, he ain't the one to listen to. Got nothing coming up for you advice givers. Okay, if you ain't taking the advice you're giving, don't give it. Moving on. My thoughts. All our thoughts have power. God put the universe together with a thought. God put the creation together from a thought. That's the likeness that we have of God. We can manifest a thought. So we give you a philosophy. They give you a belief. Our ancients knew a philosophy can be practiced, mastered, used, and passed on. A belief system just got to just know we don't do believe. We knew what that was about. And my thoughts, all thoughts have power. And everything you do, what? Started from what? A thought. Just like God. That's the image that we are in him, like that thing we got up here, okay, which can generate what? Reality. Consciousness is what it is. And consciousness is what? The universal knowledge. God have conscious of everything that's in his domain, like when you do in your dream. This is God's dream. We're part of his dream. How about that? But AKA self-knowledge is the best and highest standard. Why do you think that is? God is self. When you got knowledge of him, that's the best knowledge you can have. Hope it's making sense to you. I'm trying to make it make sense. But our minds, again, he gave us that to communicate with him. Connected to what? God, conscious. He's all conscious. Spirit is life. Our hearts and our mind come together one. That's God. Our mind and heart, spirit and mind, they want to call it, I call it heart-mind coherence. When the heart and mind working as one, you become God-like. Why? In the flesh, your emotions and your consciousness is working on one accord. That's balance. We go back to my eye. When I heard the guy talking, he kept saying balance. I said, yeah, every time I hear balance, I go right back to my eye. All right? And that's what it represents. Even if they don't know it, it don't make a difference. Everybody don't know the origins of their knowledge or the information that they have, that they go by. I'm an origin man. I like to know where it started. So that's just me. So a lot of people have knowledge, they just don't know the origins of it. That's fine. Okay. Not a problem. But conscious, understand this. Our minds is connected. That pineal gland between our two hemispheres, that's God. He just sits and waits. And when you tingle that thing, oh man, a whole world opens up. Another dimension. So they knew that. Ancients knew that a long time ago. Now we got machines. We can run all this other stuff. Oh, we find out, though, the heart got a brain. We told you that a long time ago. Moving on. Again, conscious means to be what? Aware. To be to be conscious and aware of what's going around you. Mindfulness, whatever you awake. Consciousness means to be aware. Knowing means experiencing what? The now, the moment. I'm in the moment right now. I'm experiencing right now. I'm conscious of what I'm doing right now. We all should be while we're woke and focused. That should be what you're doing. That's concentration. And being conscious meaning being aware of your surroundings, of the moment. I'm conscious of what God. I think God all the time. Why? In my spirit that gives me life is also God. The spirit in me that gives me life, my consciousness that gives me knowledge, I put them two together, you find God. You can do it all kind of ways. No matter what the math, it's always going to come out to God. Think about it. Now, if you just believe in God, it's not enough. Believers in God do a whole lot of bad things. Okay? A believer in God the belief won't stop you, won't put you where you need to be. Your knowledge of God, you knowing that if you do this, God's going to take care of you. That's the biggest father you can have. Why? He keeps you disciplined. I'm spiritually disciplined. Why? I don't want to piss my father off by doing something wrong in my personal life. I take that person. I don't give a crap about y'all. I'm working for somebody else on no different accord. But if your belief and just believe in God, I call you a fan. You got the pom-poms on you. Yeah, God. But how you living? See? The cheerleaders usually sleep with the players. Okay, so I ain't trying to be nobody's cheerleader. I ain't trying to be a fan for nobody. Okay, moving on. And y'all who that God believers, y'all are fans. When you're a fan of God, not a knower of God, you won't do the things that you think God wants you to do all the time. Why? Because you're just a fan. Okay, you call it seasonal. Whatever season it is, that's who you're with. So when you need and God, God. When you don't need nothing, you want something else. Got a bunch of y'all servers. Y'all swear y'all are believers. Y'all believe in God. But you communicate with God on your own terms, don't we? Telepathically. There we go. I forgot about this whole concept. But the telepathically, what? He blesses you physically. You can believe in him. You can think about him. But until you experience him, it changes everything. It's a brand new ball game now. For those who get blessed, you should not be a believer in God. And once you earn your blessing, belief out the window. Now you know. If I do this, God will do that. Yep. I put that to the test over 15 years ago. I still test it every day, and it still passes. So I get the concept. I understand the blood of Jesus still works. Yeah. Knowledge of self works just as good. Understanding God is just as good. That's what y'all said indirectly. I understand it, but that's fine. Again, I work with them. I fellowship with them. I ain't trying to teach them why. They already know God. I got to get them to God. That ain't my job in church. My job in church to go to church and fellowship. Moving on. We all can think. We all can think alike. And if you believe in one thing, we all are. Just ain't understanding why we ain't got the concept no more. We let it get away. So, AKA, that's thinking, right? Mental conversations, meaning we're on a whole nother level. That's spirituality. Living for the unseen. Believing in the unseen. Having faith in the unseen. That's all telepathic concept. You don't talk to God personally. You talk to God mentally. Moving on. Hope you understand this. This is my point, is to get across to make you think now and see things a little different. Okay, I want to change this. I want to change your view. If the view is bad, I want to change it. That's all. Now, if we are thinking right, we all think we do, and if we are living right, what that mean? That means we can communicate spiritually with one another. Why? Because we're thinking and living on a whole nother level. Just like bad people recognize bad people. I recognize my people. I was a drug dealer. I know who was who. In the spiritual realm and in the good place where y'all supposed to be, it's supposed to be that way with everybody. I go to church. I feel the love, but everybody ain't on the same accord. I know that too. And understand this, God is in our dreams. Why? Because he's in the mind. That's why. God is in our dreams. What that mean? That means he's in our mentality as well as our spirituality. He ain't just the spirit, he's also the mind. He's the all. Well. And you wonder why people make these phrases when you can understand, interpret the phrase. Now it makes a lot of sense. Hopefully. You can believe in God. You can know God. It's your choice. Again, at the 50-50 shot. If God blesses you, you still going to believe in him or you going to know him? That's my point. And I think God, that means God conscious, all the time? Heard my pastor last week. If you don't take God with you, if you ain't got Christ with you, I'm saying, dude, you giving my lesson. Slow down, but that's the concept. I get it. He's doing it from his perspective. And that's called what? Being God conscious. Y'all call it being prayed up. Same thing. Idle mind is the devil's workshop, right? If you keep your mind focused on God, where can the devil get? How can the devil get any time? How can the devil get any wiggle room? How could he get into your life and cause chaos and hectic stuff that you let him do because you're ignorant of him? Thank God all the time. Why? Let's stop the nonsense. Oh, Lord, let me finish this up. Sorry about that. I wasn't even paying attention to the clock this time. I'm just rapping. Teaching, hopefully, get my point across. Wrapping it up again. Appreciate you tuning in. If we all was God conscious, what happened? This world would be a better place. Heaven, not hell. Our choice. We make it one way or another. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. And in closing, you know the deal. May you all live to be 100, me 100 minus a day. But telepathically, we'll never pass away. I'm out.